Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be making panini with creamy spicy chicken livers. And first we're going to start by measuring 8 cups of bread flour, 10-gram yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. It's not extra virgin, it's olive oil and seeds, it's olive and seeds oil. And we will always start with 500 mils of water, lukewarm water, but start with pouring it bit by bit. This recipe you don't have to add sugar, but I love my sugar in it. Panini does not have sugar. You don't put sugar in your paninis. And the other correct way of doing it is to let it sit overnight, but we don't have time for that, right? So once you have done that, I'm still using my lazy method. I'm going to let it sit for an hour, and then I am going to punch it down, kneading it for a couple of minutes. As you can see, we are manipulating the gluten and it is starting to develop, and we are going to let it sit again for another hour. And you can use a clean bowl. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but I'm not trying to make more dishes. Always apply olive oil on the side and on top. So this is our second time after the second hour. So it's been 2 hours now. We are punching it down again, and we are also going to let it sit for another hour, which is a total of 3 hours. So you need about 3 hours. Food is an exercise of love. If you don't have the love for it, you will not have the patience for it. But I can say this is like kneading a dough this way. For me, I feel like it's easy, man. I don't think I have the energy to knead by hands for like 10 minutes for it to be smooth. So this way I am able to develop the gluten in an easy way, and my bubbles are also developing. So I'm kinda beating 2 birds with 1 stone. And while that was going, I decided to do a bit of dishes that was on the sink. My dishwasher has already ran. This is just a few that I could not put them in, so I'm just going to quickly tidy up before I start cooking dinner. And I was chasing a time. We know in South Africa we live in a time where load shedding, it's a norm. But I would hope that you guys are doing great. You guys are well, and as always, I will forever be grateful to the support and the love that you guys show me. Thank you so much for keep coming as a viewer, as a subscriber, as a visitor. I appreciate each and every one of you, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It helps us to grow. It helps my channel to grow. It helps me to be for YouTube to push my content. And I appreciate every effort. You can either comment, share me out, like the video. I appreciate anything. And if you have not subscribed, kindly do so. And if you have, don't forget to hit a notification bell so that you can be notified every single time, and like the video. I will appreciate it. I don't know, for me, honestly, sorry, I feel like every single time when I ask you guys to like, to comment, to subscribe, it kind of feels somehow for me. I don't know if I'm the only one. I feel like I want to put a content out that will make one want to subscribe without me asking them to subscribe. Kind of like what I would do, like what I do. uh, I just subscribe to the people that I feel like we understand, or I love their content, and even if they did not ask me to, I would still do it. So for me, that's kind of like how I want to do it, but we know that's not how it works in YouTube. I constantly have to ask you guys to like the video, otherwise you guys don't. But anyway, that's how it goes. So I am starting on dinner. I just added butter on my pan, and I added chicken livers and a bit of aromat. And while that was going, this is after a third hour of it being proving on the counter. I will first start by cleaning my counter to make sure that it's clean, and then flour my surface. You can do it heavier than this, but I think this was okay for me, and transfer the dough onto the surface. If you have those containers, the square one, I do have them, but I have put some other things onto them. So but if you do have it, that is the correct one to use. And then when you turn it, you just turn it all at once, and it will be easier to cut your panini. So what I did, I cut both panini and panini rolls and panini loaves, and I prefer both of them. I would not say there's any that I don't prefer. So if this is something that you enjoy, you leave a piece of the bread, of the dough. When you are cutting like this, you leave a piece of the dough, put it in the same container that you had it in, and then before you go to bed, you add your flour, your yeast, water, salt in there, mix it, let it sit overnight, and then in the morning you just turn it on the surface, cut it, you bake. That piece is what we call biha. There are people that has biha for as old as 20 years. If I'm not going to use it today, they're probably going to put it in a fridge so that it doesn't go off. So the trick is that you don't want to flatten or beat the bubbles out of this dough. You want the bubbles to remain on the dough. You want your bread to have the bubbles. I don't know if there's any way that I can explain it, but as you can see how I am handling it, I'm not trying to flatten it, I'm not trying to take the air out of it, I'm trying to keep it as it is. That's why it's jiggly, that's why it is how it is. We want it to be like that. My dream is to bake bread every single day, but with the way load shedding is in South Africa, it's not possible. I love panini. I can never go to Food Lovers and not come out with panini. Guys, my baby is barking non-stop. I don't know if there's anyone by the gate or anything, but she's barking. Yeah, people can be cruel sometimes. So someone can just come and stand in front of your gate and you don't know why. They don't have any particular reason. Even if they, when they see that your dog is restless, or it's making them restless, like they really don't care. Sometimes we are inconsiderate as people, and it's not nice. Anyway, that's how the rolls, that's how I cut the rolls, and that's how they look. And we bake them at 180, um up until they are golden brown. So when I was shooting this, I was debating with myself if I should post or upload this video or if I should not. I wasn't sure how to go about it, but you know what, homemaking is not perfect. There are days where you get things correct. There are days where things don't go according to plan, especially since most of the time we have our hands in so many places. So I'm starting with the chicken livers. I added butter, and I added the caramelized onion butter that I had made the other day, but I didn't share that with you guys. I added it in there to finish it off, though when I'm making this I realized that it was a bad call because my butter got burnt very quickly. And I added the flour. I think you guys know how I make my white sauce or my roux, so I don't need to explain that. I've done it over and over on this channel. I've done it with my creamy my creamy spinach, and I think I've done it with pasta as well. I'm just not sure. So this is how I make my white sauce, and I just added my garlic, ginger, chili paste in the sauce as well. You go with how you feel your sauce. Personally, that's what I do, and it also depends on the quantity of what you're making. And on my previous video I told you guys that I recently actually this is a new product. I don't know if there's a thing that is called half cream half yogurt, but this yogurt tastes like that. It tastes like it's cream, it also tastes like it's yogurt. It tastes so good. It tastes so good, like really good. You guys should try it. And I added a paprika, yellow salt, onion and garlic powder, and then I added dry parsley onto the sauce, mixed that together with the yogurt, and I bought the habanero sauce. I bought it specifically for this recipe. It is delicious. It is delicious, if there is such a thing. So I am definitely going to buy it again. I'm not one to buy hot sauces, but I will definitely buy this again. And it took the livers to another level. And I hardly ever cook chicken liver. I cook them, but majority of the time for breakfast, if I'm being honest, never for dinner. My mom loves them for breakfast with mushroom and mashed potato. So I think I got it from her that livers are eaten for breakfast, never for lunch. But I love them. I love how they turned out as a spicy chicken livers. This is why I said I was debating with myself if I should show you guys or not. The panini loaves, they were burnt, and the first pan of the rolls, they were also burnt. But you know what? It tasted good. and we do not show perfection, Lana. This is homemaking. Homemaking is never, ever, ever perfect. Look at those bubbles. I don't know if you guys can see it, but guys, check that out. Check the develop. Check how develop. Listen, check. That's what we're looking for. So I'm just gonna dish up for my husband before. Do you guys know that that's what the picture that almost every picture that is on my channel is my husband's plate. I dish for him first, take a picture, and I dish for me and Theo. Why I do that, I make sure that his is perfect, and ours, we'll see. We just go with the flow. This is how the meal turned out. It was delicious, and we ate it for dinner and still had some the following day for lunch. So it was absolutely amazing. It is going to be repeated. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for stepping by. If you enjoyed this content, kindly come back again. If you wanna make this, click on the play again button and play it, and we make this meal together. I hope to see you on my next video. Bye.